Alright guys, we're gonna do the monthly planning session from DSC to CIT. This is gonna occur once a month, preferably prior to the start of the month. Um, you want to do it like the last Friday or last Saturday of the month so you can have a good head start on having your calendar built. Now we're going to do this showing you an example of how to do it with the Google Calendar because the CITs are going to be having their calendars synced with the state calendar. So this is going to help us all around in getting the information shared correctly. So the tools that we're going to need is, first of all, we're going to need the DSC checkpoint, and this is a matrix showing the plan year start month and when each cycle for the hard services are going to occur. It also shows the plan year start dates on the left, and how this works is if we discover that there is a certain hard service that is supposed to occur in that month, this represents the month that we are planning for, and this represents the plan year start month. So I'm going to show you how this thing works. The other thing you need is your customer information systems page and your Google Calendar to be open. So first step is we're going to look at the different accounts that we have by going into the account profile, and let's take this one of my accounts for an example. The information that we're looking for is the plan year start date. So plan year start date is 7/1. The monthly planning session that we're doing is August. So we're planning for August. And when I look at 7/1, I'm going to go back to the checkpoint and look for July, which is 7/1. I see cycle 2 occurs in August. So immediately that tells me that's going to be a hard service. Now in order to conduct cycle 2 hard service, which is the month that they're supposed to set up their online billing, they're supposed to conduct a first invoice audit because this is the month that they're going to get their first bill that is reflecting the changes for open enrollment. We're going to make sure that they pay their bill, and we're going to do this all by doing a quarterly servicing drop in on the account. Now this one, this cycle 2 quarterly servicing needs to be a scheduled event, and what you want to do is you want to give the CIT a time slot available for them to be able to go and make the phone call, but also let them know that they're going to be in the area a certain time, a certain date. So we're already going to have a target date to conduct this cycle 2 hard service on the account. So let's say, for example, August, we're going to try to do it at this time. So the way that you input it is Q and for hard service, and then the Q for hard service, they're going to be cycle 2. I'm sorry, we're going to go back into the name of the account. I like to just highlight this with the group number, and then you copy it, and you can go ahead and put it right into the paste it right into there. And then the last thing is which cycle it is. So it's cycle 2. Now the significance of this is we need to know when you do the service on the account, and we'll explain that a little bit later in the training, but your account service record will reflect what you did at that time. So they're going to go ahead and create that event. But what we're going to do is we need to set up a time. So you can actually edit the event details inside of this thing as far as how long it's supposed to last, and if you want email reminders, if you want to invite other guests to this event and so forth. But so we can actually change this by opening up a little bit more, because you want to give yourself about an hour in order to conduct that quarterly servicing. So we're going to go from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. And you can go ahead and save it. We didn't change anything. But prior to this hard service, it needs to be an announced visit. So we're going to find some administrative time that CIT has, that he's going to be able to make a phone call to confirm this meeting. And the confirmation that he wants to put, so let's say confirm quarterly servicing, hard service, cycle 2. Oh shucks, for Hawaiian Ice Center. This is going to be a phone call that they make to the account. And let's not move this. That's a quarterly service. That's the call that they're going to make on the account to let them know that they're going to be in the area on Wednesday the 3rd at around 10 o'clock. Is it alright if we stop by to conduct our quarterly servicing and do your first invoice audit? And the person that you want to do that invoice audit with is the one that received the invoice, if it's an online billing, or the person that is going to be receiving the invoice, such as the accounts payable person. So we got that scheduled inside of there, and that's the correct way to do that. Now I'm going to go to an account that does not, and you're going to just repeat this for all of the different accounts that this person or the CIT is responsible for. So let's say if another one is Salt Sea Cycle, we're going to look at what the plan year start date is, July 1st. Again, we're planning for August, so that'll be the same thing. It'll be the first invoice audit. And then you would repeat this process until you've gone through every one of the CIT's accounts and have placed a hard service on top of there. Now, every account that does not show up in this matrix, let's say for example it was an account that had a February 1st start date, you'll notice that there is no plan years. There's no cycles that are due for August. So that automatically tells you that is a soft service. And the way that we do a soft service is we want to make sure that you're going to go to an area. If you're, for example, if Hawaiian Ice Center and this other account that is requiring a soft service needs to have or is in the same area, you want to plan it out so that you're separating the hard service by about 2.5 hours. The reason for that is we're going to use the hard service as an opportunity to conduct a wish list referral. We're going to use soft services as an opportunity, as a starting off point for the associate to go and do their approaches on different businesses. So let's say this is one soft service, and the way that we're going to do soft service is you type in a S in the calendar and you follow it up with, again, the account name. Let's say let's try to just use this one. I know this account, the initial start date of the plan was January. So if it was in January, we automatically assume that the account was established in January, but the start date, we're going to treat it as a month in advance. So, a month after. So we'll say that February 1st is the start date for this plan. And as you've seen, February 1st, there's no hard services that's due. So what we're going to do is we're going to list that as on soft service. So we got to go ahead and get this. We'll copy this thing and we'll put it into as a soft service on this account. Create the event, edit event details, because it's not going to take us that long in order to get that. So when we find the time, let's just say it's going to take us a half an hour only. And let's go back to save it. So now you notice that it's in there. After each soft service, you're going to use a soft service, like we said, as a jumping off point for their prospecting or their approaches, either with new associates that they are training, which are in the 13-week Winner's Edge training program, or themselves. And we're going to save about an hour and a half after each soft service so that they can have prospecting time taken care of as well. So that was the monthly planning sessions to get the activity associated with the servicing schedule into the CIT's calendars. And like I said, you're going to complete this or keep going until you've gone through every location of every account that CIT is responsible to conduct. Now, one thing to note is soft services are unannounced approaches on these accounts, and all you're doing over there is you have some creativity when it comes to what you're going to do on the soft service, but it's an unannounced approach, and just stopping in to say hi to whoever is available in the reception area. Or if a good time to go do that one is right around lunchtime, because people tend to be leaving the place of work, and you can just say, hey, I was in the area, I wanted to say hi, you know, everything all good, thanks, bye. And then you're just in the area to prospect the other businesses anyway. Some people, what I mean by creativity is they're going to be able to deliver things like Groupons. Some other people may want to fill up candy jars, whatever it is. Just want to do a soft touch to make sure that the account knows that you are still around and still their Aflac associate. So this concludes the monthly planning session. You guys have any questions, contact your regional sales coordinator so that they can fill you in or explain more in detail what this is all about. Thank you very much, and keep at high level.